Hi everyone, today we're going to introduce a psychological concept, deindividuation. So, what does it mean? It's a process in which people lose their sense of self and personal identity in a group, and they will identify themselves with group identities, which cause them to do things they normally wouldn't do outside of group setting. Now you may feel it's far from our daily life, but it's actually all around us.
Now allow me to share real-life examples to you on the deinvigilator. Firstly, consider someone struggling with suicidal thoughts or deep trauma. Face-to-face, shame can be paralyzing, but on anonymous platforms like Reddit, that person can finally whisper, "I'm not okay," and seek help through the platform. This is being disinhibition. Without a name attached, the fear of judgment drops away. People disclose what they would never say in a therapist's waiting room, and here's the real-life outcome. Reduce the shame, increase the help seeking. An anonymous post becomes a gateway to professional help, to recovery. In this case, invisibility saves lives. Marketers have also mastered the individuation. Think about flash sales, live shopping events, or TikTok marketing streams. When you see everyone is buying this, and a chat scrolling at lightning speed, your rational self-control shuts off. That's the invigilation driving impulsive buying. You stop checking your budget, you just click the buy button. Live commerce, like TikTok Shop, takes this further. Fast-paced hosts, limited time offers, a crowd of anonymous buyers all typing sold. That immersion will override personal restraint. You are one of the hundreds of usernames in a scrolling chat. No one will know you. That lowers self-monitoring. You stop thinking, what would I normally do, and start thinking, what is the crowd doing? And you eventually follow the crowd, because that's just psychology. Lastly, the most dangerous edge, anonymous online groups. QAnon and extremist forums, they don't just share bad ideas. They build a shared social identity behind a veil of invisibility. You are no longer John from Ohio or a random person on the internet. You are a soldier in a secret war. This triggers what psychologists call the cycle. The invigilation plus group identity equals moral disengagement and offline radicalization. People say and plan things online they would never say at a dinner table, and that toxic disinhibition doesn't stay virtual. For example, it walked into the US Capitol on January 6th. It feels conspiracy-driven attacks. Words typed in an anonymous chat room become crowbars and flagpoles in real life.
When it comes to the development of the concept, we can trace back to the late 19th century. In 1895, Gustav Le Bon discussed individual in crowd losing their sense of self and being driven by collective emotion in his book. It provided a theoretical foundation of the individuation and laid groundwork for group behavior, inspiring psychologists for further study. Leon Festinger, Albert Papillon, and Theodore Newcomb named the term the individuation in their study about how anonymity in group affects behavior in 1952. It explored the meaning and made it closer to what we understand today. In 1969, Philip Zimbardo explained that individual behavior affected by group didn't necessarily lead to a negative result, expanding it to contain more positive examples. Explore and solidify the mechanism and concept of the individuation. He is also known for starting the Stanford Prison experiment, which illustrates the individuation in action. Zimbardo's experiment popularized the term and brought greater attention to the concept. When we step into the digital era, John Suller introduced the online disinhibition effects, which discuss how online environments like anonymity allow expression of behavior might be suppressed in face-to-face interaction, which contribute to the individuation in online community. That's all we would like to share today. Thank you for watching.